Over the past few decades, football has been evolving at an ever ferocious pace, not only on the pitch but in how the clubs are run behind the scenes. The ever-growing commercialisation of the sport has made investing in the beautiful game not just a lavish indulgence of the super rich, but a legitimate business venture. Malcolm Glazer's £780 million takeover of Manchester United in the early 2000s demonstrated this very shift, using significant loans for the purchase, which immediately saddled the club with debt. A risk no doubt, but since 2010 alone, the Red Devils have generated over £1.3 billion in revenue, and with a current Forbes market valuation of $4.2 billion, it looks like a gamble that has, rightly or wrongly, paid off. Billionaires are continuing to invest in the game, but now a new trend has emerged behind the scenes which is looking to take the business side of football to a whole new level: multi-club ownership. As of 2017, UEFA calculated that at least 26 top division sides were involved in cross-ownership models, with a controlling party holding decisive influence over more than one side. And that figure is expected to be higher, with many hidden arrangements and power structures unaccounted for. At the highest level, investing in football makes sense. In 2019, 77 out of the 98 sides in Europe's top 5 leagues turned a profit. But further down the pyramid, and most clubs exist in a precarious state. Still in 2019, 45% of sides in France's Ligue 2 recorded a net loss, while that figure almost doubled to 85% of sides in England's Championship. Yet despite the risks, it's these lower leagues in Europe and beyond that are being targeted for investment. So why are bigger teams buying out smaller sides? And what are the main benefits of multi-club ownership? Let's find out. As the recent European Super League debacle laid out in flagrant detail, football is big business. Between 2018 and 2020, the collective value of the Big Six sides in the Premier League grew by 1.5% to £14.7 billion. Even Wolverhampton Wanderers are worth at least 10 times what their Chinese investors Fosun paid for them in 2016. It's a similar story at Watford, who were bought by Italian businessman Gino Pozzo in 2012 for just £500,000. Though he had to pump in over £10 million just to clear the Hornets' debt, in 2018 he rejected a 3-figure offer from an American consortium that valued the club at £350 million. 2 years earlier, Pozzo had already turned a substantial profit when he sold his majority share in Spanish side Granada for €37 million. That growth isn't just limited to Europe's top 5 leagues. A perfect example of that is New York Red Bulls, a franchise which cost their Austrian owners $25 million in 2006. Forbes estimates that the MLS side is worth $290 million in the current market. But the Red Bull GmbH football empire is a unique case when it comes to analysing why exactly multi-club ownership is on the rise. Along with New York, the energy drinks giant principally owns 3 other professional clubs in RB Leipzig, Red Bull Salzburg and Red Bull Bragantino in Brazil. In addition, there are 3 further teams sheltered under the Red Bull umbrella across Brazil, Austria and USA. All their associated clubs carried the drink's iconic logo on their shirt, along with their signature red and white strip. A Red Bull team is instantly recognisable, but not just in what they wear, but also in how they play. Red Bull sides tend to deploy an aggressive brand of attractive football at a high intensity. In addition, they all champion youth and athletic ability. As of October 2020, the average age of their 4 main teams was just over 24 years and 10 months, all lower than the mean age of every side in their respective divisions. Even their managers fit this criteria, with the youngest in their roster, Jesse Marsch, at 47. This is all a deliberate ploy designed to work around the energy drink's motto of "it gives you wings." For years, Red Bull has been targeting younger audiences by associating themselves with Formula 1 and other extreme sports that push this image. Therefore, investing in football on a multi-club level is a grand example of marketing through branded entertainment. And it's working. In 2019, Red Bull sold 7.5 billion individual cans of energy drink, generating $6 billion in revenue. A year earlier, Red Bull was ranked as the most recognised energy drink in Brazil, while according to Forbes, their market share rose 22% in the South American nation. In North America too, Red Bull remains the market leader. In short, the company has used football as a way to access key locations across the world, marrying success on the pitch with exponential growth of the Red Bull brand. The City Football Group is also exploiting their worldwide presence for commercial gain. Since 2013, CFG has invested in 9 separate clubs away from Manchester, including Yokohama F Marinos in Japan, Mumbai FC in India, and New York City FC over in North America. Along with additional clubs in Europe and South America, CFG are close to achieving their goal of owning a side in every continent. According to Ferran Soriano, Manchester City CEO and driving force behind the CFG, their initial expansion was all about growing the city's franchise abroad. By creating a global network of sides all modelled on Manchester City, the Premier League outfit would gain loyalty and affiliation from non-UK fans connected to the franchise. Sure enough, Melbourne Heart and Club Atlético Torque in Uruguay both rebranded to feature City in their name, along with the newly created NYC FC and Mumbai. All 5 sides play in a sky blue strip, with 4 featuring circular logos of similar design. This global reach has presented some huge financial incentives. In 2019, Puma announced a 10-year kit deal with CFG worth a reported $860 million. Though principally aimed at the Manchester men's and women's sides, it covered 4 additional CFG teams. Puma therefore gained access to markets on 4 continents, while the smaller teams benefit proportionately by being part of the CFG umbrella. But an even bigger statement was made when private equity firm Silver Lake agreed to invest $500 million in City Football Group in November 2019. The deal valued CFG at a staggering $4.8 billion, all but confirming their status as the leading private owner of clubs in the game. Smaller teams are often targeted by multi-club investors when under financial difficulties. Pacific Media Group, the majority shareholders of Barnsley, FC Thun in Switzerland and KV Oostende in Belgium, rescued the latter with the Pro League side facing a running deficit of almost €10 million in 2019. Barnsley too recorded a £3.4 million loss for the same year. For this network, streamlining operations and sharing running costs for things like HR or marketing can be a step towards returning to profitability. However, for most owners looking to expand their portfolio, helping smaller teams become sustainable is a secondary concern behind the development of their own youth players. There are endless examples of multi-club ownership where a satellite team serves as a training ground for their parent club's young talent. Belgium in particular has become a target for such investment. In 2017, Ligue 1 side AS Monaco purchased a controlling stake in Cercle Bruges. Meanwhile, Lille's former owner Gerard Lopez bought Royal Excel Mouscron in 2020, having failed in approaches for Portuguese sides Vitória and Gil Vicente in the years before. Following Lopez's arrival, 12 players have joined the Belgian outfit, either on loan or permanently from Lille. The recent conduct of City Football Group shows they are beginning to follow a similar model as they begin to prioritise their academy. La Liga DOS outfit Girona joined the CFG stable in 2017, while Ligue 2 side 3 cost Sheikh Mansour just €10 million in 2020. Though neither have had to change their identity to match the City style, Girona in particular has become an incubator for City's best young products. This season alone, 4 members of their squad have been borrowed from Manchester City, including the hugely talented 18-year-old defender Yan Couto. Signed from Brazilian side Coritiba last year amid heavy competition from Barcelona, the right-back has been an integral member for the Catalonian side, and potential first-team star back at the Etihad in the future. The Red Bull portfolio presents even more of a pyramid when it comes to players moving through their chain of development. RB Leipzig have regularly acquired the pick of the bunch of Red Bull Salzburg stars in the past few years, including Hwang Hee-chan, Dominik Szoboszlai and Naby Keita. In fact, you have to go back to 2012 to find a year where a player didn't move between the two, while Jesse March is the latest to make the pilgrimage. Salzburg in turn nurture talent from Austrian second division side FC Liefering, and are often a first port of call for young talents coming over from the New York Red Bulls. Not all multi-club ownership models operate in this way. The Pozzo family regularly bounce players between Udinese and Watford to optimise their squad performance irrelevant of age. In the last decade, over 50 transfers have been completed between the two, most notably seeing Gerard Deulofeu and Roberto Pereira swap Hertfordshire for North East Italy, and Francisco Sierralta come the other way. Watford and Udinese are more equal in their standing, but for both CFG and Red Bull, their hierarchical ownership platform has given them a competitive edge in the transfer market. Money aside, by mapping out a clear path to high-level first-team football, many of the game's brightest young talents are choosing them as they start their professional journey. Multi-club ownership is not for everyone, and it still deserves some scrutiny, particularly when clashing interests between clubs under the same control are concerned. But with so many potential economic and competitive benefits on offer, if done correctly, it's no surprise to see the trend growing faster than ever. Multi-club ownership looks like it's here to stay. So that was our take on why multi-club ownership could be the future of football. What do you think of CFG and the Red Bull empire? Is it right for the game, and would you want to see your side involved? Let us know down in the comments below. As always, make sure you're liked and subscribed to Euro Football Daily, and we'll see you next time.